Now, in this video, we are going to take up how to solve the projections of points in the first quadrant and how to write the solution by using AutoCAD software. So first, the problem it reads as a point capital P is 30 mm in front of VP and 40 mm above HP and 50 mm from RPP. So draw its projections. So this is the problem. So first we'll go to the AutoCAD software. So first, this is your screen in the AutoCAD software. Now this is the grid. I will go to switch off the grid, and now I will go to adjust the limits of the drawing. So here, first I will going to type limits, and so specify the lower left corner. So which is the lower left corner? This will going to be the screen, which is the editing area, and this is the lower left corner of this screen, which is there, which is less than and greater than symbol. So whatever the value is there, which is less than and greater than symbol, so that means it's a default. So it is an accepted value. It is 0, 0. Since it is a 0, 0, so we're going to accept that and specify upper right corner. So which is the upper right corner? So this point will going to be the upper right corner. So I will go to take it as 500, 500. So here, so once I set this, so once I 500, 500. So once I set this, then I'm going to change the display. I will say zoom all. So one should do that. Now the screen is set for limits of 0, 0 and 500, 500. Now I'm going to consider, just I'm going to draw the boundary now. So first is command is line. So specify first point. I'm going to take some arbitrary point, and by clicking on the first button of the mouse, and as I drag the mouse, you can see a rubber band line is coming out and is stretching from that point. And obviously, so I want to draw an A4 size sheet. So here, since it is the A4, I will take the A4 size sheet as 297, 210. So to do that, so I will going to switch on the ortho mode. So here, the distance whatever it has been given, that is coming at 466 point something. So that is the length from this particular point. But what I want 297. So I'm going to use the relative polar coordinates custom. I will type at the rate. The moment when I type at the rate, so that means the position from this point, what should be the distance? I want 297. So the distance, that is the magnitude, and then the distance and the angle is separated by less than symbol, and then you type 0 degree. I will type 0 and enter. Once you type that, so you're going to get a horizontal line, and now we want to get the vertical line. Again, from this point I need to give, so relative coordinate system at the rate, then again at the rate, then 297 or 210 less than 90. Then you're going to get this point. Again at the rate 297 less than. So here always the angle is measured in counterclockwise direction is positive. So from this, if you want to draw a line toward this, it should be 180 degree. And then again, since I want to close to the starting point of the line, either you can give at the rate 297 less than 270 or 210 less than 270, or at the rate 210 less than minus 90. So here I will say at the rate 210 less than minus 90, that is in clockwise direction. If you measure, it will going to be negative, and if it is in the counterclockwise direction, I should give the value as 270. So I will type just 90. So it will draw a line, and then again still it is asking for the next point. Since I completed rectangle, I will say enter. Now once you do that, so this is how we are going to get the boundary, that is the sheet. Then I will going to use zoom extends. Extend means extends the drawing till to the extent to which the entity you have drawn. Then I want to reduce it, so I'm going to get 60%, so 0.6x. So it will going to reduces the value by 0.6x. So that means your sheet will going to be just goes back by 60% of your display. So once you get this, now we need to start typing the problem. So to do that, here if you see a point capital P is 30 mm in front of VP. So first I will type that. To do that, I will go for annotation. So here I will just go to D text. So start point, specify start point of text. So I will just select some arbitrary point. Then what is the specify height? I want to height as 4. I will going to type 4. Then specify the rotation angle of text as 0. So now obviously the cursor will go to blink. Here a point capital P. Now first I will type number 1. I will type the number 1 problem. Here I will say point capital P is 30 mm in front of VP. So a point capital P 30 mm in front of VP, comma, then we have 40 mm above HP. So 40 mm above HP, and 50 mm from RPP, and you just come to the next line, 50 by pressing enter, 50 mm from RPP, then you take draw its projections. So here you take draw its projections. So obviously, so this is how you will going to start typing the text. Once you do that, you just go to the next line, and to terminate the command, again you press enter without typing anything. So this is how you will be able to get the text matter. So here you can see a point is zoom window. I will just take this point here. So a point P is 30 mm in front of VP, 40 mm over HP, and 50 mm from RPP. Draw its projections. If you want now, here I have taken only till to that. I want to extend this. I will just go to DD edit. I will going to edit this drawing now. You just come down to this, and here you type and 50 mm from RPP, and then draw its projections. So here you just draw its projections. So here enter. So you just get this, then go to erase this line. It's not required. So this is how you are going to edit the drawing, which is on edit the text when it is already typed. So this is DD edit, the dynamic text editor. So now I want to solve this particular problem. Here you have a line of XY and then X1 Y1 line, the first one. So before doing that, what we will going to do is I will going to create the layers. So to create the layers, I will say layer. So you are going to get a layer dialog box. Here I want to create the layers now. Since I want to create a new layer, I will just click on this new layer and take the layer by name XY. That is, XY is the layer. Then again I will click on new. I will type the layer by name X1 Y1. Then enter. I will going to type the layer by name front view. Then again type the layer by name top view. Again type the layer by name side view. So once you do that, now you just come down to this vertical plane, that is the front view, will going to have the magenta color. So then the top view will going to have red color, and red, and the side view will going to have the blue color. So to do that, I will go to front view layer. So here under color, you can see here the front view. That front view should be having the magenta color. So you just click on the magenta and you say OK. So obviously that color is changed to magenta. Then the top view should be red color. You just click on this and click on the red color here. So obviously that will going to change to the top view. And similarly side view will going to be of blue color. You just click on this blue palette and say OK. So once you change this, the XY and X1 Y1 line will going to have the same color, and the line weight. That means I need to create the projector lines and the XY line and X1 Y1 line always with different thicknesses. So for doing that, I have to go to the line weight. So the line weight of layer 0, we will consider that as the projector line. So you just go to line weight and make it as 0.05 and say OK. And then XY line, you click on the line weight of default of XY corresponding to that, and you make it as 0.13 and say OK. And then X1 Y1 line of layer, which will going to be of default, again it is 0.13 and say OK. And the front view, the line weight, you will not going to get that. So all are the respect of the things will going to be they remain the same. And you can see that you are working on the current layer. The current layer is 0. So you can see that 0 is the one which is highlighted with a tick mark. And whatever the lines which you draw here will always have the line width thickness of 0.05. So the layer 0, we will going to consider that as the projector layer. And all these layer 0, XY, X1, Y1 line, X1, Y1 layers will always have the color as black. Now once you set this, you just come out of this and then go to line. So I will going to consider specify first point. So I need to draw this line and this vertical line of any distance. I don't know what is the distance. So I'll just go to select that, specify first point. Now suppose if you don't have this ortho mode on, see what happens. It always draws by at any angle within 0 to 360. So I want to log this as to draw only horizontal line. You click on the ortho mode here. So you're going to get the horizontal line. And since we don't know the distance, you select some distance and you just click on the first button of the mouse and then again enter. Again enter. Now, once you do that, now we want to draw the vertical line of any distance. You just come down to this and go to line and draw a vertical line of any distance. Then press enter. Then first identify the planes. We want VP, HP and RPP. So to do that, so obviously you should go to dText and you just click some arbitrary point and take the height as 4 and then enter. Specify the rotation angle of text as 0 and you take this as vertical plane, which is in capital letters, and this as the horizontal plane and this as the right profile plane. Okay, then once you enter that, so you have this, then go to zoom window. You just come nearer to the screen by selecting the display window and then go to move command. Command is move. So switch off the ortho mode. Then select objects. You can see here, select objects. I will going to select this, enter. Specify base point, select some arbitrary point and then try to move it nearer to this. And similarly, again move. You select this and enter. Then base point, you select some arbitrary point and drag it near to this. Similarly, again move. Select objects, you select this and enter. Specify base point, select some arbitrary point. With reference, suppose if I select here. So from this point, with reference to this point, this object is moving and place it wherever you want. Once you do that, now you can see that in this color, VP, HP and RPP are all of different colors. So to do that, I will come down to this. You just click on this. So go to layer. So which is VP, which is the front view. You come down to layer, make that as front view. So obviously that color of that layer will be considered here. And then you press escape. Now I want HP to be in the top. So just you click on that, select go to layer and make that layer as top view. So you're going to get it red. Similarly, you just click on this, go to layer and make that layer as side view. You just get this. So once you do that, now then I want to go back. You just go to zoom and type previous option. You can see here these are the options. So type P and enter. So you're going to get back. Now next what I need to do. So from here I want to draw a line at a distance of 50 mm. So to do that, I will just go to, since already that line is existing, with reference to this line, I want to draw a 50 mm line. So to do that, I will go to the offset command. Command is O. Select specify offset distance. So what is the offset distance? I want to specify the distance as 50. And select object to offset. You select this vertical line and offset to this particular side. You take the cursor to the left side of the object. You just click on this. So now you got the distance of 50 mm. So again exit. Now I want this line with reference to this line has to be offsetted by 40 mm. So basically offset does the parallel entity. It draws a parallel entity. Again, you just go to offset. Instead of typing O again, since your previous command is offset, you just press a null return. Automatically it considers the previous one. So offset distance is 40. Specify offset distance. Now we cannot say, if you cannot select this. Since the distance is changed now, I need to change the distance. So what is that? I want 40. So here you can see the distance is 50. So you type 40 here and enter. Select object to offset. You select this line and offset whether it is top side or to the bottom side. When you see that from this line it should be offset to the top side, and you take that distance to the top and take the cursor wherever you want, but the distance is already given, so only it will go into locks to that particular distance of 40 mm. And again select object to offset. I cannot select this, see, and try to offset down. That is because this offset distance is being changed. So to do that, again go to previous command. So select object to offset, by default is exit. So now you come out of this and again press enter key. What is the distance you want? I want 30. You just type 30 and select this horizontal line. And since you want to offset to the downward direction, take the cursor to the down, to the below that line, and you just click on the first button of the mouse and the end. So now after that, so you need to remove the extra line. So to do that, so you come out of the exit command. So I want to trim between these two. One way is trimming and the other way is filleting. I will just show both together. If I say fillet, so what is the current radius? The current radius 0. So I will select this, because to get the sharp corner, you select this line and then you select this line. So obviously you are going to get that. So instead of using the fillet, if you want to try to use trim, if I want to use trim, cutting edges, by default it considers all this as this cutting edges. You select object to trim as this one and also this one. So once you do that, so you have the it has just come similar to this line now. So once you get this, so now I want to draw a line from the intersection part of this and draw a line of some distance at an angle of 45 degrees with respect to the horizontal. So to do that, now I will go for the line command. Since you are still in the trim command, you just come out of this by pressing enter and then go to line. And what I want to draw a line from this point downward direction. So since these two lines are intersecting, so from this intersection point I want to draw. So therefore I will say INT and enter. The moment when you give that, you can see that INT off. So you take the cursor to the exactly to the intersection point and you can see that intersection is appearing. So that means it is highlighting that intersection point. That means you are snapping that particular point. You just click on that and take some distance. So it should cross that particular horizontal line. I will say at the rate. Again, I am using the relative polar coordinate system 100. You can take whatever distance you want. It need not be 100. It can be anything, because I don't know what is the distance from here to here. So at the rate less than. So what is that angle? So since you are trying to measure from a clockwise direction, obviously you can see that if that distance is rotating, as you see the distance, it is coming out. So at the rate less than minus 45, because you are going in the clockwise direction. So you just press enter key and obviously that line crosses here on the horizontal line. So again you just go to line and type intersection point, and from this intersection point you draw a perpendicular to this line. So I will use perpendicular PER and enter. Perpendicular to this line, you can see when you take the cursor here, the aperture will give the perpendicular sign. The moment when that sign appears, you just click on the first button of the mouse and you just press enter key. Now I want to trim these two. You just go to trim, select this line and trim it, and you select this line and trim it. So now obviously now we have completed this particular sketch now. So now I want to draw the points here. So I go for donut, specify inside diameter of the donut, which is 0, and outside diameter of the donut has 3. And now to take intersection point, I will going to mark this point. What is that point what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to mark the point here, here, and here. So to do that, you take this, and you cannot take this cursor here directly because you need to specify the snapping command. So which is that since these two lines are intersecting, the center of the donut should be on this particular point. Since int is already typed, so you just go to that and you click on this. Again, specify center of donut. I have to come to this point. Now you can see here, it is not considering because you are still not snapped the object. So to do that, since these two lines are intersecting, so obviously it should be int and take the cursor here. So it will going to be that point. Similarly, what I want to this point. Again, you just take int and enter. You select this. So this is how you will be able to get the points. Now what I need to do? I need to change this. So to do that, I will go to select this, and obviously you select you select this line, go to select the donut, go to layer, make that layer as front view. So now if you escape, you can see that that color has been changed. Similarly, you select this and go to layer, take this as the top view. So obviously you're going to get the red color, and you then select this and go to layer, take this as side view. So you will go to corresponding to that color, you will going to get this. Then go to break, and you see once you do that, now you have the extra lines which you need to be removed. So to do that, you just select this, break, and you select till here, and again break, you select this line and break this till here, and again break, select objects, you select this and place it wherever you are. This from the selection point where you click till such distance, it will going to be removed. Then again break. Now I will again explain. Select objects, you select some arbitrary point. From that point where you select, from there till here, it will go to break. And similarly, this line, you would select this and you break this till here. Then go to erase, erase this line. Then obviously all these things you erase it. So once you do that, so here I have removed that. Then go to dtext. So what is the dtext says? It is P dash, P double dash, and P I need to enter now. You just go to text type, you click on this, take the text type as 4, you just obviously you take that, and then the rotation angle of text as 0. So you mark it as small p dash, and you mark this as small p, and you mark this as small p double dash, P double dash. Once you do that, then just go to zoom window. So you bring it somewhere near to the screen, and then go to move. Command is move M. So select this and move it wherever you want. Similarly, you move it wherever you want, and similarly you move it wherever you want. Then once you do that, so now I want to change it to that layer because P dash is in the corresponding to this color, P is also corresponding to this, and P double dash is corresponding to this. So obviously, which is that color, I need to change the layer colors now. You just click on this, go to layer and make that layer as front view. So obviously the color of that will going to be changed. How it is changing exactly? The layer will always have a default color which you have set in the layer command as magenta. So obviously whenever the object is transferred to that particular layer, it will take automatically to that color of that layer. Similarly, you just click on this and go to layer, make that layer as top view, and you press escape. Similarly, you select this and go to layer, make that layer as side view. So once you do that, now we go for dtext now. So start point, you select this, take the height as 4, and you give this rotation angle as 0. You type X and you type Y, and you type X1 and you type Y1. See how I am changing this everything in the methodically. So all these things, it should be methodically we need to work out. So you just go to move this, and you place it wherever you want. Similarly, you just place it wherever you want. X, Y, all these things I am doing by considering the move command. Now I need to write the dimension. So to do that, here you just go to DDIM. So what I need to change? I want to modify what? I want to modify the arrows. So arrow size, I want to make it as 4. Then I want to change it to text now. So come down to text. Text style is standard. So here align with the dimension line. Text placement, I want to make it as vertical above and horizontal, which is centered, view direction. Offset from the dimension line, I will going to take it as 3 and then go to text height. You make this text height as 4. Then once you go to this line, so offset extension, offset from the origin, I want origin distance. So from wherever you want that distance to be 3 and say OK and say close now. Now we will go for the dimensioning. So to do that, I will say HOR. So I'll just go to dim horizontal. So specify the first extension line origin. I will take center because of did not. Select this and take intersection point of this. So obviously you can see here that distance is 50. You just go to text, select text and type enter dimension text. Otherwise what happens, it will going to take to the 4 decimal point, which I don't want. So therefore I will just type 50. So you will going to get is 50 here. So similarly, if you want to change it here itself, you just go to DDIM. So here go to modify and here the primary units, and then you can see here the accuracy of the drawing. So you come down to primary units. So linear dimension is rounded off to 0. Then angular dimension precision is also 0. So automatically you are going to get that. And now you will say OK and say close. See what happens now. You go to vertical dimension. So dim VER. Enter vertical. You select the center of this and take intersection point of this. So obviously you are going to get 40. In the previous case what I got it as 50.0000. Since it is rounded off to 0, that linear dimension, so obviously you are going to get this. So this is the offset from the dimension line is this distance, offset from the origin is this distance. So again you just go to dim vertical, enter, select the, because you have the donut, so some donut is nothing but the circle center, so obviously you're going to take it as center and then take the intersection point. So these are all the snapping entities. That is the OSnap command. Take the intersection point and you just select wherever you want and click on the first button of the mouse. So you will going to get 30. So this is all. You will be able to mark the dimensions of these two. Then I need to give the angular dimension and type angular, type dim ANG, angular, select arc or circle or line. You select this line and you select this line. So obviously you're going to get it as 40 degrees, 45 degrees. So you're going to get this. So once you get this, so you mark this here 45 degrees. Then I want to change the arrowheads now. You want the arrowhead to be like this, and then from here to here, and then from here to here. So to do that, I will just go to leader, nearest point. Nearest point means wherever you select that point, from there it will going to click, and you take this nearest to this and say annotation, enter, options, you will not get it. So again you take nearest point of this, select this, sorry, just go to leader, take the nearest point of this, and you obviously you take this line, annotation, option, none. Again just go to leader, take nearest of this, so you drag this and click specify next point. You take some distance and click, and annotation, options, and then none, enter. Similarly again go to leader, take nearest of this, and you select some distance, click on that first button of the mouse, then go to annotation, option, none. So this is how we will be able to get the exact solution of this. Since we have completed in all aspects, then you just come out of this, then go to zoom previous. So obviously this will going to be the final solution. Now these are all projector lines will be always features of layer 0. So now I want this point and also this x1 y1 line. You just go to layer, you make that as x1 y1 line and escape. Then you just click on this line and you just go to layer, you make that layer as x5. And all other dimension lines will be of 0.05, and x1 y1 will going to have lights still little bit darker than the projector lines, which is of 0.05. So this is how you will be able to get the final solution by doing it in AutoCAD software. Thank you.